Good everything. It is Monday, August the 19th, 2024. It's about 9 a.m. and I am prepping the eggs that I picked up this weekend for sale. Typically what I do is I put the date and I pick up the eggs so they give the customers an idea of when these eggs were collected. So these were collected on the 17th. We are in the 60s today, going up to 77 degrees. It's supposed to be sunny. I got some little thank you stickers I also like to put on there. Plans for today is I plan on harvesting those cantaloupes. I don't believe they're going to be viable, so that's going to be a good treat for the chickens. And I also plan on harvesting that one last zucchini, which I intend to grate up and at some point make about, it should be able to make about 4 decent sized loaves of zucchini bread. And that's one task. Next task would be to harvest those potatoes in those bags and see how successful we were this season growing potatoes. I have a few potatoes also in that in those, what was it, 4x4 potato 4x4 beds that have tomatoes in it. But I'm gonna just leave that till the end of the season when I am pulling out the tomato plants and see whatever ends up in there, along with what may or may not be in the bed with the sweet potatoes, because they do have a few potatoes also in there. So what is the third project? Oh, hubby is home today, so I'm gonna have him move a little, how do I put it, move some stuff in that greenhouse, basically shimmy it up so I could put down some pavers and get that ready for later this week when I need to go to Menards and get some more pavers. So, and fourth project is I started some tomato juice from some of those tomatoes I think I harvested a week ago Friday that were blushing, and they are now fully ripened. So I think I'll make me some tomato juice. I already have tomato jam from last year. And hubby prefers tomato juice, so we're going to try some tomato juice this year. I have a simple recipe, and I will definitely give credit to the person I got it from and link their video in the description. So let's see what we could get into today. So I end up emptying about 6 bags, and this is my harvest. Didn't have any much rotted. I had some tiny ones that I'm gonna just leave at the bottom of this bag, put some soil over it and see what it does next season. I have a few bags here that still have some green in it, so I'm gonna let them go. I'm getting ready to harvest these last 5. So, got a strawberry ready to be picked. So let's get that knocked out and I'll bring you back. All right, so what we got? 9 bags, I think. 3, 3, 6, 3, 9, 10. And that ended up being today's harvest. Not as big as I wanted, but I think where I messed up was once the plants started to sprout and we got to the hot part where we were having 100-degree weather, I think I put the straw on top, and that kind of, I won't say killed them, but stunted the growth. So I think that's why the potato harvest is this small. So next year we're not going to do that. I have 4 more pots out there that needs to be harvested, and like I said, I have potatoes sprinkling in a few beds out there. So we'll see in a few weeks perhaps what the next harvest looks like. So got the watermelon in, cut open, and we're gonna sample it. It's firm, few seeds, mild sweetness, but it's refreshing. All right, so it's now 1:30. I had to go to the grocery store. The cantaloupe that I harvested this morning, when I cut into it, it was just liquid, so I threw that to the chickens. I did stop at one of the farm stands and I bought this one from a local farm stand, and I am going to cut this up and give the insides to the chickens. But before we do that, let me show you what the watermelon ended up turning out like. So this is the watermelon from what I harvested this morning. All right, got the cantaloupe cut up. This set is going to be for my juice, and this set is going to be for munching on. Right now on the stove I have the tomato, celery, and onions stewing down and getting ready to make my tomato juice. So I'll bring you back when it's all said and done. So this is the makings of my tomato juice. In here I have some San Marzano, some beef steaks, celery, and an onion. I am going to simmer this, and once it's simmered I will strain it. Then once it's strained I will be adding some sugar, salt, celery salt, some hot sauce, and some Worcestershire sauce, and then it'll be ready to taste. Good everything. It is August the 20th, Tuesday morning. It's about 56 degrees. We're going up to the mid 70s today, and it's about 7:30. Hubby's over there filling up the water to take to the ducks, and I figure I bring you out and show you a few things. So this ended up being my tomato juice from yesterday. I got some more, however not enough to put in a jar. So I know what to do going forward, because the plan is to make a few more jars and get them water baths. So a few things. He does it his way and I do it mine. So he takes the pickup, load the water buckets on the pickup and bring it around here. I, on the other hand, choose to carry it by hand. So I was watching one of Diva's videos, and I think what she said made sense. So a few years back, I was turning over the flock, and I ended up putting some of the shavings and manure in this bed. And also, when my neighbor's tree came down, not this year, but years ago, they had chipped the wood from the tree, and I also put wood in there. So this is probably on the 2nd year, and why the soil isn't this good in this area. The girls are out eating. and the ducks are squawking. However, I did the same thing to the bed over there by the fence, and that's why I'm thinking I'm not successful with zinnias or anything in that bed, and it mostly has to do with the fact that the material has not yet composted down in those two beds. So we'll see what happens next season. That's the one zucchini I harvested. I'm gonna ready to wash that and grade that up and prep my zucchini bread. This is the bed here, and I think it has the same material as you can see, and it's just a matter of getting this bed to compose down, and this is what I envision. However, I envision it to the point where you can't see the two slats on this bottom row. And I got the soaker hose going this morning. We're gradually climbing back up to the 80s and 90s by the end of the week, so I figured I would get the water going here. I started and the toad is still full, so I'm gonna let it run for a bit and then we'll take it from there. And these figs are still holding on. I haven't seen any new ones, so that's a plus. And today on the chore list is definitely going to be picking some more ground cherries, because as you can see, I have some on the ground here, and I did grab some tomatoes last night, or yesterday I should say. So that's my morning once over for the garden, and okra finally putting on blossoms. So I'll bring you back later. So I was just, or I should say I'm listening to Urban View Mornings on my walk, Sirius channel 126, and they just had Mother Opal Lee on there, and she's known as the mother of Juneteenth. I'll put her bio in the description, and she's in her 90s, and she was talking about how she wants to see a walk next year for Juneteenth and having all the states participate. I think they went international this year and had Japan participated in an international walk. So I decided to sign up. One of the organizations I'm with that did the Juneteenth event a few months back. I think that's something we could do. So I sent for a host package. So hopefully Iowa would be a host state next Juneteenth. And I think it's something everybody should look into. Why not? You know, I'm going to reach out to my sister in Florida and my sister in Vegas, my son in Alabama, and see if they would consider signing up to be host cities. I mean, if you're with a church group, why not? We need to get out, get our bodies moving, get exercise. I have stopped running since I retired. I opt to do more walking. So I think it's an ideal opportunity. I'll also put the link to the site if that's something that interests you and you want to sign up. Why not? You gotta do something different. I mean, even if it's just 5 people, look at the health benefits to yourself and the bigger picture you're sending as it pertains to Juneteenth. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a classroom looking at PowerPoints, that kind of thing. Or I may even plan to do a walk in the morning, do a PowerPoint later that afternoon, and have refreshments as well. So think about it. It's something I'm definitely gonna dig a bit deeper into, and hope some of you guys do it. And I am about 3/4 of the way completed, heading back home. All right, I'm back out here. It's 11 a.m. Actually, Alexa said it was gonna rain, not the weather people. So, and the sun is shining, so I doubt it's gonna rain. But I am harvesting beans. So, as you can see with the cluster I got going on here, I continue to miss some, and they are huge. So let me get to harvesting. I'll bring it up. Alright, so I am separating what was harvested today, so I could take them in and get them washed up. And as you can see, for comparison purposes, this basket is almost to the top, and there's so many more beans on these plants to be harvested. So I'm going to continue digging into those and see what my end result is. Alright, so this is the haul for today. Obviously there's still some more in there, and plants continue to bloom, so, but they're not to harvesting size. So for now we're gonna let it do what it do, and I'll catch you later. 4 p.m. back in the garden doing a bit of harvesting. So this is yesterday's harvest. The cucumbers are from today. That's from today. And this set of tomatoes are from today. I might come back out here and start with the ground cherries. I already got them in a pile. That set is going to the chickens. And I'm collecting just the ground cherries that's on the ground here. I haven't even yet touched the bed or any of these plants. So we'll get back to ground cherries. So it's about 7:30, August 23rd, 2024, and it's about 59 degrees. So I am on my morning walk, passing the corn. So here we have 2 types of corn. We have feed corn and seed corn, and this is feed corn used for feeding livestock, and seed corn is what's going to be used to produce corn for growing next season. All right, y'all, it is now 11 a.m. and I am in this ground cherry bed, just going all through these plants to get these ground cherries. I kept putting it off and saying I'm going to do it in the evenings, and then it gets too hot, and then I push it back and keep pushing it back. So I figured I'd just come out here in the morning and get it done. especially after my morning walk. I was thinking last year when I harvested my potatoes, I got 9, and this year as I was washing them up, I counted them and they were a total of 43. So I am happy with my harvest. I just need to do a bit of fine-tuning, and hopefully they get bigger and increase. Well, let's hope they increase in size as well as in quantity. Quality and quantity. So I'll bring you back and let you see how much ground cherries we got out of this bed. Alright, so it's about 40 minutes later. This is what my harvest is looking like. And I'm going to get that washed up and put in the freezer. I had to cut back some, so obviously there were some victims. I'm going to throw that to the chickens. And let's see what else we could get into. Good morning, good morning. It is August 23rd, 9 a.m. About 67 degrees. Just got back from my morning walk, and I figured that today I'm going to harvest some butternut squash and the rest of my watermelons. So I came out here yesterday and noticed a lot of dieback, so I don't foresee this recovering. That's watermelon, acorn squash, got some acorn squash here, a few hiding over there in the bush. So I'm gonna just let this do its thing, but I will harvest my watermelons. So I have 2 decent sized ones I can harvest. Yesterday I harvested, these are some more acorn squash. We'll see if they survive. Yesterday I harvested 3 cantaloupes, 2 of which was good when I cut into them. I have about 3 more here surviving. There are a few others that may not survive, but I have some butternut squash here, about 6 of which I'll be harvesting. So let me get set up and we'll take care of that. Good? Alright, so this ended up being the butternut squash harvest, and I might also pull this one. Grab this one watermelon, the tendrils that died out. That other one is not ready yet. So I am not going to keep you because I think this vlog is already too long. So yesterday I ended up, if you heard a squeak, I was carrying egg cartons earlier. So yesterday for dinner I did some cheesy potato soup with the potatoes, not all, some of the potatoes that I harvested Monday. So I'm going to insert clips of that. I wanted to say thanks for stopping by. Trust you guys had a blessed week, an awesome weekend. Thanks for visiting as usual, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.